Welcome everybody to Constellation's Hypergraph Hour. I'm excited for this presentation today because of a lot of things have been going on for the first half of this year. And it's amazing to think that we're already in Q3 and we have so much room to grow that I decided to call this the Scale Up presentation. Because we're all going through this crazy transition of growth. The company is behind the scenes. More people are coming into working for Constellation Inc. More people are coming into the ecosystem, and our vision is starting to really set in. And it's incredible to see. And people are like, well, why do you think DAG is doing so well? Have you changed? Have you pivoted? We have been doing the exact same thing since day one. We had the same vision. It's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It literally is a snowball going down a hill, and it's gathering more momentum, more volume to it, more liquidity. And it's exciting to see. It blows me away to see different people in the organization step up to leadership, different people in the community start to express our vision. Hearing Viking doing his own community session and interviews is heartwarming to me, where I read everything that comes through. I read everything on Twitter. I follow everything that people are doing. And I love the genuine humanity that's come out of a technology company. And one of the big visions that I want to see us all walk into is having more fun with Constellation. We've done so much hard work to get our community to a foundational point, our technology to a foundational point, enterprise adoption to a foundational point, that now we're going to usher in an era of fun. And so I call this the Scale Up presentation because everything that we're doing has a foundation, and it is about hyper growth, which is exciting. This is like, I've waited my entire career. I see people that are in their late 60s that always want this feeling of momentum, this energy that's really infectious across the board. And it like humbles me to have such smart people to work alongside. And not everybody in this world can say that they are also inspired by their company, as well as the community and audience that we've built, and the sense of giving to you all and receiving back in turn is pretty exciting. So today I'm going to walk through a little bit of what happened in quarter two. I'm going to refresh people on our vision and why we matter and why we are still in hyper growth mode, because there's so much more potential than anybody can think of. And hopefully you'll walk away from this seeing like, wow, these guys are not even close to stopping. Like, there is so much we can do. We can participate in this way. We can help Lattice Exchange. We can see more projects on the launch pad. This is about scaling up. So I put this together as something so simple that it almost like commoditizes us, because I wanted to take a moment to just sit back and go, we truly are the world's most scalable blockchain ecosystem. I don't care about the market cap of other companies. I don't care at all. I don't even look at that. I see many different aspects that make scalability. Economics plus technology equals scalability. And we are really starting to show up as being this one-stop shop for anybody to not only create a token, but develop true utility and turn that into cash flow for a business, which is going to play a huge role in how we see the opportunity in the future of cryptocurrency. And over the past several years, I want to take a moment, because we're onboarding more nodes, we're onboarding enterprise nodes as we speak, and we've got 80 plus nodes that are coming on. I think we're going to be hitting that 100 very, very soon. And our Stargazer wallet is started to see exponential growth. And our Lattice Exchange is really starting to mature, which will really play a key role for companies to market their token, to swap for other currencies at near zero transaction fees built on Constellation's Hypergraph. Like, this will be the place for people to exchange tokens. And we believe that everybody should have control over their currencies, their financial situation. I highly recommend, whether you're a fan of Tony Robbins or not, his book on money is about creating financial freedom and independence. And it was written a long time ago, and it had a profound impact on my formative entrepreneurial years on controlling your destiny of financial freedom. And I think it's a reoccurring theme that's showed up in my business meetings over the past couple of weeks that I'm seeing this manifestation come to full fruition through the technology layer that we're building. And why we are the most scalable blockchain is because we're starting to see the vision of zero transaction fees allows anybody to create their vision and business on a blockchain. And we have the technology that will scale and accommodate the needs of real world business and computing. And that overarching thesis really creates the net of scalability. And so I put this slide together for you all because I wanted to reframe the market potential of what Constellation is going after. Because I think it's a limiting factor to think that we are going to try to go after simply the market cap of cryptocurrency. And instead, I see a vision that's much grander. And so one metric, I really kind of see that if you look at the gross natural product, it's about $88 trillion at a growth of about 4.7%. And what we saw over COVID is we saw a lot of traditional business. What is this? Gross national product really means about the goods and services that produce money in our economy. And then we kind of break this down a little further, and we see that the cryptocurrency market cap is about $2 trillion. And everybody keeps waiting for institutional capital to come in and add more liquidity, add more market cap to cryptocurrency. But that is only so far of a potential that people are limited into what this really can be. And so the way that we really frame this is that for real world businesses to grow and crypto to grow, they're going to be a symbiotic relationship, meaning that for the gross national product to exponentially grow, it is going to be able to tap into the cryptocurrency market. And cryptocurrency has the opportunity to truly scale into the gross national product because it adds cash flow and assets under management on the books as liquidity further grows. So they actually are a strong correlation of one another that are really dependent. And so what we've seen out of traditional blockchain protocols are really just kind of evolving speculation. The ERC20 token, there's a lot of technologies there, but you can't really integrate a token into an economy, into a business. And so thus it's used for fundraising purposes. And we've seen a lot of success on that and people wanting to get into the fundraising process. But that's going to hit a certain adoption curve that will flatten out unless there's a way to truly integrate a token. But you can't do that with traditional businesses. Traditional businesses have already established margins. They've already established their own economics. They have their cost of goods. And so you can't easily integrate a token that has a transaction fee. You're too variable between $30, $300, network bandwidth. That isn't a sustainable way for any meaningful business to look at a cryptocurrency other than a fundraise. And so we believe that there's a hybrid that's massively approaching us where businesses can start looking at developing a token which unlocks new products and services that are paired from the cryptocurrency industry while creating not only a fundraising vehicle, but a cash flow business with further assets under management that really develops new accretive value for the entire business as a whole. This is a massive vision to get behind. And the one metric that we can start to see on how the user adoption is growing is through various wallet addresses. We're seeing an exponential factor of people coming in and getting crypto addresses, but that's on like retail investors and traders. We're talking about creating every business becomes a wallet. Every nodes can be deployed on every system. Every merchant, every consumer of every product has the potential to be a wallet holder and really tap into this emergence or convergence of the cryptocurrency ecosystem and liquidity that's been created in the crypto ecosystem with gross national product. And so what we're doing is a pure amplification of this. Our whole vision is to converge these two worlds to do this. And how do we do that? Well, it comes as a function of multiple factors. It comes as a factor of distribution. It comes as a factor of liquidity, and it comes a factor of technology. And so what Constellation has built over the past 2 years, and it's fun to showcase this, is that we break this down into 4 different spheres. On the distribution side, it's about getting more wallet addresses. Well, it's easier to get a wallet address when you don't have transaction fees, and it's easy to do peer-to-peer transaction. In the Stargazer wallet alone, our roadmap is to do multi-chain asset support, so having multi-assets in one wallet. It's about new token projects coming on board and using our wallet as the source of DAG. And so all of this kind of helps further distribute the Constellation message. More L0 tokens, more people getting into Lattice Exchange and using Lattice Exchange for cross-chain swapping. All of these aspects help with further distribution for us to scale up indefinitely. The other major pillar, acquisitions, incubations, and accelerator. The way that we think about growing the Constellation network are through these 3 pillars: acquisitions, incubations, and the accelerator. So by acquiring, incubating, and accelerating projects and running ideas through our accelerator, we advance people's knowledge on the potential of Node 2.0 and defining the business economics that a currency can add to your existing line of business. This truly is taking crypto mainstream. And so we do this in a 3-fold manner: acquisitions, acquiring companies, bringing them under the bubble of Constellation, under the umbrella, incubating companies that we have an idea on how to make this a massive, massive business overnight. If we can get in the ground floor and help them with everything from tokenomics to creating treasury management and cash flow, but also the accelerator program. An accelerator program is nurturing the ideation phase, nurturing companies that are ideating on how to build a sustainable token economy. And so those 3 pillars help us evangelize our message and make it super easy for anybody to add a token to their business, creating new lines of products. And then the Lattice Exchange. So you build your business, we accelerate you, we incubate you, it comes on board, you do your own thing. You then have this opportunity to attract liquidity through the Lattice Exchange without all the backdoor scammy stuff that we've seen in the crypto world, and without all the high variable gas fees. This will be the crossroads interchange for all activities. And this will be an opportunity for people to truly own their financial freedom and own different currencies, tokenize various assets from data to property to NFTs. Like, this is going to be the central place for everybody to interact and engage and see the power of the hypergraph come to life. And the 4th major pillar is around enterprise software licensing. So we're building end-to-end encryption solutions using the hypergraph. When we go out to enterprise organizations, it's not that we're doing private blockchains. We're actually telling them it's super easy to use a scalable blockchain protocol. And we do that by making sure that no enterprise organization ever has to worry about cryptocurrency. That's our job. That's the high touch. That's the way that we get people on board. And we take DAG and we create liquidity, because liquidity allows you to use the network, to access the network. It is a liquidity pool, just like a Uniswap swapping pool. It's exactly the same thing. It just happens to be tied to bandwidth. And so these four pillars have all been established. And it's fun for me to like truly feel this company come into existence because we have the foundation. We have momentum across the board, across each of these different aspects. It was a vision that a lot of people had doubts about, but I am telling you right now, it is at one of the best points I've ever seen. And it's so exciting. And we have a lot of announcements that really just amplify all of these different pillars. These are the pillars that will allow us to scale up, is the focus on distribution through incubating, accelerating, allowing people to build on our blockchain through new wallet addresses, through lattice exchange, making it super easy to interact with different currencies, different assets, and for enterprises to easily access a blockchain without having to worry about cryptocurrency. And so if that wasn't enough of a review of the last 2 years, let's zero in on the last quarter. Q2 was a pretty powerful quarter. Q2 was an extremely powerful quarter for our team to get ramped up for us amplifying our community exposure. We're working with net new communities. We're really building out a Spanish community right now that focuses on Latin America and Spain, a completely different demographic that we really haven't merged into our community until recently. And we have some big announcements coming out around that in the near future. Over the last 3 months, we've focused on distribution. Our wallet addresses have grown exponentially. We've seen new people come into our community. We started incubating companies. We have a whole pipeline of companies that we're incubating. We've actually started turning some away to make room for really promising projects, which has really kind of helped us see the potential of our accelerator program. Which we'll get into that in a second, why that's so valuable. Lattice Exchange launched with governance, the first step in making this a decentralized financial application. And behind the scenes, what Wyatt's been working on and what he's showcased over the past couple of Hypergraph hours is that we have concurrent consensus mechanisms running. We have sandbox state channels. We've been testing L0, the L0 layer, and we've been debugging. All of this has been going on behind the scenes to make way for an extremely powerful Q3. And so Q3, we walk into a time that I think we all get nervous to see this growth because it's a reality. The vision and potential of blockchain really has the opportunity to grow now. We've seen multiple cycles. We've seen enterprise become demystified by supply chain tracking use cases. Everybody kind of divert into, fundraising as a primary use case for ERC20. And now we're walking into the second half of 2021 that is going to really ramp up or scale up our entire organization and scale up our entire community. This is the time that this community has been waiting for to see us come to life. And you're all here because you knew it could be done, and the fudders and the doubters left when they didn't think it could be done. Well, this is the time that's coming to life. Node 2.0 is at an amazing point for all of us. And the release of Node 2.0 starts with the acceleration and incubation program. This is for us to give high touch attention to projects that want to build the connector pieces to their business. They want to bridge crypto into existing lines of business. We're seeing this with Alchemy Exchange right now. I'm working with about 10 other projects behind the scenes to get them to see how this vision all merges, because it is a transformation. It is a shift. And so Node 2.0 starts with the acceleration and incubation. For those of you that have gone through that have applied to be a part of this accelerator, I think there's some 30 companies that are planning to attend, and they've received congratulatory emails. We've closed off the cohort. And later this month, we're actually going to be kicking off the accelerator, which will give everybody firsthand knowledge on how to build a token economy, how to build on the hypergraph, how to create cash flow out of a currency, and how to fundraise. Like there's multiple steps in the accelerator that will really amplify our evangelism around Node 2.0. So consider this the in way to see how Node 2.0 is going to come into existence. We're already behind the scenes showing Sandbox how to spin up a state channel with many of our system integrators that we're working with, which a lot of this is going to be coming out in Q3 as we roll out Node 2.0. The accelerator is starting in a couple of weeks, where we're going to highlight industry experts from crypto, also traditional businesses, that will give you an insight on how to blend those two businesses. I will be involved in a very hands-on way, because I believe that many of you have some of the potential to unlock. You have the potential to unlock our ecosystem in greater ways. Q3 is also, you're going to see a lot more announcements around enterprise adoption. We have announcements coming soon. A lot of these deals have already been squared away. We're just waiting for the right time. We're waiting for several pieces to kind of fit, as well as letting kind of Lattice Launchpad come into existence, which is happening next month. So we're releasing the Lattice Launchpad next month, where people will be able to stake, to get an allocation, to back a project. We'll be inviting more governance to look through the deals that are coming through, look through the project intake that are happening. We're receiving inbound every day from projects that want to list on the Launchpad. And where the incubation and acceleration is in an early phase of the ideation process of a business, the Lattice Launchpad is a little later. The idea has been formed. They're looking to use our network. They're looking to see the true capabilities of working on an L0 protocol. So this is a very fascinating quarter. Q4, you're just going to see more scaling up from here on in. This to us is a very strong. It's a strong foundation that was all thanks to you all. Like this is, it's all. I'm actually at a loss of words in some ways, because this is the vision that we set forth in 2017 and 2018, and it hasn't changed. Sure, some dates moved around, but when we look at other ecosystems, other protocols, and we look at what they're trying to solve, they're not trying to blend the $88 trillion gross national product with cryptocurrency speculation. They aren't looking at that. They're having solutions like supply chain management and things that, yeah, okay, there's some potential into that. But man, there's a whole world, economic potential, where everybody can benefit from using cryptocurrency, not just as a fundraising tool, but also as for cash flow. And it starts with, it includes the technology component. Node 2.0 will release those capabilities for people to define their business on a blockchain. It will be a WordPress of sorts for people to build a token economy with zero transaction fees. Businesses will be able to function on our blockchain for economic and technical reasons, all built into the Node 2.0. The accelerator will provide that pathway and framework for companies that don't know how to begin. Maybe they don't know how to build their website, just like WordPress, but we can give them the tutorial needed, the educational environment needed to ultimately grow and seed their project. Enterprise is finally at that point that they are looking for the immutable ledger to solve many of their problems. They don't all need a cryptocurrency, but they need access to an alternative network to the internet. And we are here to provide that alternative network to the internet for end-to-end encryption for all digital infrastructure. And the Lattice Launchpad and Lattice Exchange, with cross-chain functionality, with reconciliation at near zero transaction fees, ushers in that way to create the multiple highways that can exist in an ecosystem. So I'm extremely excited right now for what's to come, and it's been a lot of work behind the scenes. I've seen across our company, I've seen so much personal growth and leadership come out of this. I've seen people expand on the vision that we've planted in numerous ways. And we're on track, and everybody's on track, and everybody sees where we're going, including all of our partners. And so all I'm saying, I've said it before, start buckling up, start getting involved. There are numerous ways to get involved, and there's going to be ways for people to send us projects that they think should be listed on Lattice Launchpad. There's going to be another cohort coming for the accelerator program so that you can get hands-on tutorials on how to build a business, how to build on Constellation. We want this to be super easy. Making this super easy will invite more people to see the potential to bridge cryptocurrency and wider business opportunities. So I'm excited on as I said, I'm excited what's to come, because companies that are coming to us are companies with real world revenue that are looking to use a token to add new features and functionalities to their platform, to bring in new users. And we're at a point of maturity for this entire ecosystem to let it roll, let it go by storm. We've gone through multiple cycles. So I'm pretty pumped, and I can't thank everybody enough for really kind of hanging on to the vision and getting involved. I'm traveling this weekend to give a talk in Spain. I don't know if it's been released yet. That's how busy I've been behind the scenes. But I will be traveling this weekend to give a talk in Spain. That's really kind of our first step into the Spanish community and Latin American community. So I'm going to ask you all to welcome everybody with open arms as we start bringing in more adoption from numerous angles. So stay tuned. We do have some announcements. They're in the works. They're ready to go, and it evolves our story. It evolves our story and how we plan to scale and really take not only our industry by storm, but the entire global economy by storm. And it's not a far cry. It's not a far vision. It's literally in our hands right now. And you all are a huge part of this story and getting our vision out there. So I know today was a quick Hypergraph hour. I want more people and guests coming on. We've got the accelerator program rolling out. There will be content online that will come out. It's going to be a really great time. So stay tuned. Q3 is going to take you all by storm. So I can't thank you guys enough for today. I'll be around for questions if you have any. Thank you.